I'm from Kerala, and to just speak about a little bit about my background, I did an engineering graduation in information technology, and I was working for 2 years in an IT company, specifically fintech. And post that, I was also thinking about transitioning to try out new things in other areas of my interest in social development sector. So my rural immersion was in Salem. For 1 month, 30 days I was in Salem. But as per the project demands, I have also travelled to other project locations in Ooty and also other locations in Salem. The project that I was assigned in Salem was Digital Cluster Development Program for Geographical Indications in Tamil Nadu, and the project was spread across 3 locations, one Salem, Ooty and Tirunelveli. So the project has been working on transforming the handloom weavers in Salem into entrepreneurs, and we were working on providing them entrepreneurship skills workshops and digital training, financial literacy training, and introducing them into digital market, and various other programs were being conducted already there. So my task specifically was to mobilize the community in Salem more and further engage them in the center, in the Digi Center in Salem, by planning so many other community engagement programs. So as part of this, the first approach that I took was to understand the community. So for which we have started with a survey. We have gone to each households in the community in Salem, the handloom weavers community, and then we did a study on what were their previous engagement in the center, what are their current challenges, and what further expectations do they have in order to also help me plan a better benefiting community engagement program. So we started with this, and this was the approach, and then post that, from the study got to understand that the requirement mostly from every household came on conducting digital training and digital literacy programs for the kids in the community. And while talking to the children also, I found the scope of to also conducting those programs there in the Digi Center. And then the approach went in the form doing the questionnaire and doing a need assessment from the kids then, and then slowly designing a workshop for with considering the availability of the kids, that their availability was for 1 week, and then we were able to design a workshop and also organize Digi Youth Club. That was the best part of my rural immersion journey. We spent a 1 week beautiful time with workshops in the Digi Youth Club with the kids, and post that we were also engaging in other ways after their school days. And after the workshop, we also did a impact assessment. So this was the approach that I have taken to conduct the program on the task that I was assigned in the rural immersion. On working on this task, my key observation, more than key findings, I would say the thoughts that came to my mind helped me a lot to brainstorm, which will also help me provide more impactfully work while continuing to work in the sector. So one thing, most important thing that came to my mind after doing this task of Digi Youth Club was that how do I bringing that sense of community within the team members, within the kids in the community, to take ownership of Digi Youth Club and further continue them. Because at some point I was also realizing that it was also my task and I was taking ownership of this and to bring everybody as a collective. But then after I leave, how is it going to continue further? How is it going to be more impactful? And what is my role that is going to be in place, even if I am not placed there for my experiential learning phase. So that kind of a thought came to my mind, and that helped me brainstorm on about the continuity of the programs that I how do I bring in that sense of ownership to the community itself for bringing in more impact. So that I think is a very good thing that gradually came to me, which is also going to help me in further in the sector, I think, while working in the sector. So specifically, since I was also mentioning earlier that I have got an opportunity to do a community engagement program through Digi Youth Club, and also stakeholder engagement. Stakeholder means the government organizations, specifically on other stakes were there, but also got opportunities to connect and discuss about sustenance and growth of the project with the government officials and government organizations. So working on documentations, that works were there. So among all this, I was thinking I was the most happiest when I was engaging with people. I was the most happiest when I was organizing, preparing something and going for the workshop, doing things for the kids, and we were having so much fun. And that was also a time when I was reflecting on myself, on how I can be more creative and facilitating. So that part of creativity was there in the role that I played as a facilitator, so which I really loved. So that is the one thing that I was uncovering about myself. And especially because when I also have a technical background working in an IT company, I was able to use that knowledge of mine, the practical knowledge that I have had, while I was facilitating, which I never received while I was studying. So I was also trying to incorporate everything, and which was also uncovering a lot of my passion in facilitating and all that. Yeah, so that's something that I wanted to add. The idea of digital empowerment and the role it plays in rural communities is very, very important. Especially because I was witnessing a lot of things from the rural immersion journey that I was in. Before the rural immersion, I was aware of the fact that there are people who do not have proper digital literacy, they do not have proper financial literacy, to make their life easy when it comes to starting an entrepreneurship, or to maybe using simple transactions even, or availing the schemes that are being provided by the government. And I was aware of all this, but I have never witnessed any of this with respect to different locations. So after the rural immersion, when I came to Salem, I was able to witness that there are kids who do not have proper computer classes in government schools. And so while I asked each student in the Digi Youth Club, everybody mentioned that we have computer labs, but only students of class 11 and 12 go to computer labs, and they have no idea on how to use computer and what it is used for, and what is its practical uses after they move on and go to choose some career. So that understanding and witnessing that from the beneficiaries, from the people in the community, was one insight that I had. And I could understand the various the importance of understanding digital empowerment in various terms. Like now this is digital literacy, and the problem is that they do not have the accessibility to computer labs in government schools. But now when it comes to Ooty, there the problem is on infrastructure. There are people who really want to, and they can also choose to have in nearby locations go to for computer classes, but they do not have internet at all infrastructural wise. So I was understanding through the rural immersion only, I was able to witness everything and make my own understanding on that digital empowerment is different. I mean, it can have different understandings with different terms, be it infrastructure, accessibility, literacy, financial literacy, or whatever it is. I think every role that I have been in during the 1 month, and be it the community engagement, be it any single small tiny works that I was doing during the rural immersion, everything has played some kind of role in defining. I mean, all of them were defining moments for sure. And obviously I should mention the love and sense of community that I received from Salem. So that also was very much soothing, and these are all memories that I can also forever keep. So and definitely when it comes to community engagement program that I on Digi Youth Club, it was for the first time that I was doing a program in its complete form, from the scratch, doing the survey and doing the analysis and what has to be done, preparing the questionnaire and doing the workshop and then doing the assessment. So it was like a complete form, and I was able to do it in a very better way, and I have got a lot of learnings from that. So that was very happy. And apart from all that, I think the defining moment I think is after coming back from the rural immersion, after having the conversation about the thoughts, the hard thoughts, good thoughts and everything that I have had and I have been through, and some of them were very much disappointing, and obviously the disappointment was too much, standing by throughout the 1 month. So after coming back, conversing about that and understanding consuming the ground realities, and also acknowledging all of them, and being ready to navigate through all this. So all that happened after coming back from the rural immersion and talking to my co-fellows and facilitators. So I think that was the defining moment of the rural immersion journey. So all the experiences that I've gone through are definitely going to contribute in the journey that I'm going to be going to be in my further journey. So, but I think the most important one is that understanding the community and understanding their needs better, and understanding the geography and the current existing issues that they have, and how to bring in digital empowerment is definite, if at all that is a need in the community. How to bring in that by understanding and acknowledging the problems that are already existing in the system, in that community. So to have a brainstorming on that, I think that is something that I'm going to do forever when I'm in my leadership journey in the digital space, which I think is very, very important.